Hi, my name is Ed Meyer, president of Meyer Industries, manufacturer of the Rodenator line of burrowing pest control products. I'd like to thank you for your purchase, and in this video today we're going to show you how to assemble and operate the Rodenator and get you successful in the field, showing maximum results. All right, you've just received your Rodenator R1, and I know you're anxious to get going on it. So on your long box, you're going to open it up and you're going to see the R1. You're going to see your gopher shovel and the written instruction manual with DVD that we're watching right now. You're going to have a smaller box that has the accessories to complete the system. It's your hoses, regulators, and your safety equipment. So let's get these taken apart and start the assembly process. Okay, we've unpacked the boxes, and let's go through a quick checklist right quick to make sure we have everything in the boxes that you're intended to have. In the long box of the Rodenator R1, you're going to have the R1 itself. You're going to have a gopher shovel, and you're going to have the instruction manual in here. This has got the training DVD, the instruction manual, and some other warnings with some bumper stickers. So it's important that you look at this first, read the instruction manual thoroughly, watch the video. If there's anything you're not clear on, please don't hesitate to give us a call at 1-800-750-4553, and we can answer any questions you got. It's really important that you feel comfortable when you're going out to use this. So in your smaller box, we're going to have 50 feet of hose, propane regulator, oxygen regulator, safety helmet with face screen and hearing protection on it. These are actually stronger than normal earmuffs that come with it. These are 32 decibel rated hearing protection. So sometimes you create a loud noise, these earmuffs will really help you. And then we've got the safety glasses. So if you have everything that's on this table with your R1 system, then let's start the assembly process and go through each feature of the device so you clearly understand it. And let's get out in the field and use this thing. When you pull the R1 out of the box, you notice that it didn't quite look like it did on the brochure. So the head is not put on. We need to just assemble the head on the end of the unit. But before we do that, I wanted to kind of explain to you what's going on inside of here. You're going to see a brass nut right here with holes around the edges. That's where the gas comes out of the unit. And right below it is the electrode that sparks it. So I'll let you hear what that sounds like right quick. Hear that? That's what's igniting the gases. So inside of the cup, you've got gas exiting and gas igniting. It's all happening inside of this unit here. And we're going to put that on. Inside of this is a little piece of paper that when you pull it out and unravel it, it's going to tell you how to put this on. But there's also 2 set screws that come in a little baggie, and that's to hold this in place once it's screwed on. So to put this on, all you need to do is just screw this right on the end. Get it good and tight. And then you want to take your 2 little Allen set screws out of here on either side. You'll see the holes they go into. And just put them in and just kind of snug them up. That's going to keep this from coming off of the end of the unit when you're out in the field. Moving up the R1, the next feature we're going to get to is the heat shield. This actually has 2 purposes. First purpose is when you're out using this and you're firing it an awful lot, the pipes have a tendency of getting warm. It's never going to get warm enough to burn you, but the heat shield is a shroud to cover it, easier to grab onto, and cosmetically it looks nice. So that's our heat shield. Next section we get to is the ball valve. This is important. You're going to be using this ball valve every time you function the device. And the purpose of the ball valve is to stop the explosion at this point right here. This is a flashback arrestor, and we want to stop the explosion from hitting the flashback arrestor. So as you put the gas in the unit, when you're done pumping gas, before you hit your igniter, you're going to want to close the ball valve. So when the ball valve is sitting perpendicular to the pipes, that means it's in the closed position. Then you're able to hit your igniter and fire it. So that's the ball valve. This is a resettable flashback arrestor, and this is really a nice little backup kind of safety device. And the purpose of it is to seal the gas off and stop the flow through the device in the event of a pre-ignition. And a pre-ignition would come into place, for instance, ground squirrels. They'll have a lot of entrances and exits to their tunnel system. And if you're flowing fuel down into a tunnel system that's connected to one you already hit, there might be some smoldering nesting material down in there. And if the gas hits that, you're going to have a pre-explosion without you hitting the igniter. So in the event that this ever happens, this device will instantly kick on, sealing the gas off. And it's a very safe and reassuring safety device on there. So if you don't close the ball valve, this will be activated. And so if you're not watching this video, I know you're gonna give me a call and say, how come there's no gas that's flowing out of the device? The reason being is you didn't use the ball valve and the check valve was activated. Occasionally when these are brand new, they need to be broke in. So even though you're closing the ball valve, you might have 3 or 4 times where this is activated. And when this is activated and it seals the gas off, it's resettable, so you can reopen it. And it's really easy to do that. You'll notice right here is the brass check valve, and there's a black ring around it. Right in front of the black ring, if you look close at it, there's a little green O-ring that goes around there. And when you see that green O-ring, it means it's open and gas can flow through it. So when you've activated it and it's closed, this slides forward and it covers the green O-ring. So if you ever get in a situation where you're putting gas down a hole, or you think you're putting gas down a hole, and you go to ignite it, nothing happens, and then you stop and hit your lever and there's no gas coming out of it, before you give me a call, take a look at this. And if it is closed, you just simply pull it backwards towards the canister, you'll hear it snap, and it'll stay up, exposing that green O-ring, and then gas will flow through the unit. So that is the resettable flashback arrestor. All right, the last part we need to cover here on the R1 is the upper part, or the can. It's where all the action happens. All right, on the square box, we have a handle. This is what you hold on to. And right below that, this is where your serial number is. In your instruction manual, on the back of it is your warranty information, and it's gonna have a place for you to put in your serial number when you send your warranty information into us. This is where you're gonna find it. On this little plate right here, has Rodenator R1, serial number, and the website on that plate right here. So then you're gonna have a warning sticker on top and product labels on either side of the can. Okay, this is where your batteries go. This side plate right here, it's got screws around the side. They come with batteries in it. So when you first get it out and you hit the igniter button, you're gonna hear it spark. The batteries will last you a season with good use, moderate use, probably 2 seasons, but you're gonna know when your batteries start getting weak, because when you hit your igniter button, it's gonna start sounding fainter and fainter. So to replace the batteries, you just take these screws out, the side plate will lift off, and there's right on the back side of this plate is another box that holds the batteries. Just take and open that box, put some good quality 9-volt batteries in there, put it back in, seal it up. Okay, the next part we're gonna take a look at here is the back of the Rodenator. This is where we have our igniter button, gas flow valve, and there's a little toggle switch down here that goes down whenever you're hitting the gas flow lever to inject gas. And the purpose of this toggle switch is to disarm the electronics while the gas is flowing. So while you're pumping gas, if you were to accidentally hit the igniter button, it's not gonna ignite. And that's just a safety device for you. And then right on the back of the gas flow valve, if you look down, there's a hole there. You look down through there, there's a little brass set screw. That's for adjusting the fuel into the mix. We'll go through that in a minute when we set our fuel mixture up before we get out in the field. Then the last part of this is just your flashback arrestors on the back of the device. And this is where your hoses attach to. You'll just take these off and the hoses go in there. So now let's hook our hoses up to the regulators and hook our hoses up to the R1, and then we'll set our gas mixture and we'll be ready to go out in the field and use this thing. All right, now we're going